Hello, and welcome to the Shippguard, and welcome back to another episode of Clam Man 2 Open Mic. So in the last episode, we talked to this trucker about butter. He wants us to move somebody because he's trying to get in. I don't know who that is yet, so we'll talk to Bill Poster over here, and how the game almost crashed on us. The adhesive covering that poster has lost some of its sheen, but still glistens in the sun. The roller rumbles gently up and down and produces a comforting sound. The guy seems lost in thought, staring through both poster and wall. Late night with Ringo, huh? You almost done with that? Do you know anything about the new store opening? You're providing a great service. Goodbye. Yep, you a fan? Never heard of the guy. He brightens up a little bit, as if pleasantly surprised. Oh, yeah? Good on you. He's a pretty big deal, I think. This guy, I say, pass. Late night TV is crap. How come? Feeds the celebrity culture. Feeds the celebrity culture. Bread and circuses keep the little man focused on what their favorite actors and artists are doing. Remember a few years ago, back when King was mayor? He shakes his head. That's what happens. Corruption. You're making me feel very bad about myself. You still like to talk shows and fight the power. You were right. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'd like to know more about your political views before I agree or disagree with you. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Get to know what they're thinking before you make your own argument. I put up posters for a living. I barely scrape together enough to make things go around. I spend all day staring at millionaires, talk show hosts, actors, supermodels who make more in a day than I do in 6 months. What do you think my political views are? Enlighten me. He stops. I like to see some redistribution of wealth, is all. I don't think that's a controversial opinion. Alright, I'm just getting riled up now. I don't know. What do you think about late night TV? I think it can be funny. Depends on the hosts, I suppose. It all has the same purpose either way. Kind of ruins comedy, too. Makes it marketable for the masses. Turns into chasing demographic. Turns into polarization. Preach into the choir. I think it's called clapter. Jokes you laugh at because you agree with them. Anyway, I'm rambling. Did you need something? You almost done with that? Oh, I was done about 45 minutes ago. So does this count as rolling your spare time over or overtime? I get paid per inch, not per hour. This is definitely spare time rolling. Why not a career change? Nah, no one would hire someone my age with my skill set. I'm stuck. You look fresh, dude. Come on. What are your skills? None. Maybe start writing? You seem to have a lot of opinions on media and politics. Everyone has opinions. I can't imagine people would care about mine. He goes back to rolling, but something has changed in his demeanor. What you suggested seems to have stuck with him. Alright, enough about this for now. Yeah? You know anything about the opening of the new store? No more than anyone else, I think. Looks like electronics, if I'd have to guess. Man, so many electronics stores going up in America, I tell you. I did see the owner earlier today. Overheard saying they'd open tomorrow. Okay, I guess that's it. Alright, let's see if we can move this. Ooh. This guy might be electrifying. Hello, delivery guy. You can spy a few boxes left in the truck behind the eel sitting on the loading ramp. Mostly groceries, by the look of it.
Oh, hey, if Martin sent you, tell him I'm still on a break. He'll get it.
Can we talk about your truck for a second? How's it going? Yeah, how's it going?
On a break. Recharging my batteries.
Like, are you charging your phone? What are you looking at? Just a sub I follow. Mostly shitposting, but you know, the good kind. A sub? Oh, like an online community. It's for these Let's Players I've been following. They're pretty fun, I think. Are we? Huh. What's the good kind? Inside joke memes. General talk about the community. Evil-act, the kind of thing. Cool, anyway, I wanted to ask you other important thing. Can we talk about your truck? Could you move it?
No. I'm on break. I'll move it later when I'm off break.
Dude. Couldn't you just back it up or drive it down the road a little? I definitely could when I'm not on break. I'd be happy to then. Just relax, dude. I'll move it later. How long have you been on break? Half. Half the break. And how long is that? If you double it, it's a full break. Wow! Let's talk about the break of yours. I got some questions. Question about my break? Sure, shoot. How's it going? The break? Pretty well. Okay. Let's talk about the break of yours. Actually, never mind. Cool. Can we talk about your truck for a second? Shoot. This was nothing.
Will.
Okay. Elfin coil, butter truck, the moving. Butter truck, the moving. The truck hauler butter on your street. Okay, the delivery guy says he's on break. So let's go talk to that guy over there. Do you guys have any late night TV shows, guys, people that you watch, or late night shows that you like? Alright, trucker. The trucker stares at the truck down the road and groans. It's still there. Weren't you going to do something about it? About moving the truck. Get rid of it. Push it. Make the guy move it. Anything that lets me get out of here. I talked to him. He says he's on a break. I don't care. He's been on break for like an hour at this point. Does he not have a job to do? He groans and bangs a fist against the truck behind him. Look, maybe you can shorten this break. Convince him it's over or something. Shoot, I don't know. He looks at you, and as he does, you're taken aback by the empathy you feel for how totally void of hope and genuinely sad his expression is. Aw, I just need to deliver the butter, man. I'll move the truck. If he's on break, I should try to convince him it's over. Shoot, if you think it'll work, then why not? Just make sure to hurry up, alright? Time is working against me. Use time against him, hmm? You say that in a really weird way, but I honestly could not care less, so he shrugs. Okay, I should get going. You could figure out a way of using time against the delivery guy, somehow, sometime. You might need to consult something smarter than yourself, though. Yo, teens! Okay, cool. Well, I guess we'll just enter the apartment. Oh, hello. Linda is bouncing with joy in such short intervals, she might as well be vibrating. Close to her chest, she clutches a notepad tight enough to crease the cardboard cover.
Over here! Hey! Hey, hey, hey!
Realizing how loud she's being, she lowers her voice and leans in.
Listen! I've got it. I've got the single, greatest, realest theory ever.
Is that so? It's safe to say you've never seen her this excited for anything ever before. Start vibrating. Should I be seated for this? She ponders your question very seriously, her eyes darting around the room to find a chair capable of receiving a blow of infinite realness. It might be a good idea. No, it can wait. But on seat or not, you need to hear this straight away. I'm glad you're not overselling it. Could have ruined. Alright, let's hear it. An elated screech barely makes its way through her clenched teeth. She's trying to keep her cool, but the vibrations have now reached a frequency where her hair is starting to curl. If she could actually physically explode, this would probably be the moment.
Okay. So,
She closes her eyes, retaining composure, opens them up, and looks at you with the conviction of a globally renowned scientist who is in evident, completely, totally convinced about something.
you know how everyone is really awkward.
Go
No one has
on.
ever quantified awkwardness. No one has ever created a scale for being socially inept. Until now, I present to you.
Yeah.
The mistaken Metro exit scale.
She's hearing applause and elation, a deafening symphony of cheer and rejoice. This is her peaking. She'd probably like it if you sounded as excited as her. Let's see. Of course, it's a great equalizer of awkwardness. The Metro, take a step away. Tilt your head back and scream as loud as you can. Yes. Seeing you and hearing this, Linda promptly joins in, shaking her notepad while screeching. You both just kind of stand there screaming. Now and then your voices cycle into synchronization, producing loud, mad harmony. Two sea creatures, alone in a stairwell, screaming about the Metro. What a time to be alive. After a few moments of screaming, you both end up winded and need to catch your breath. then it coughs, and then tries to continue. Alright, let me give you the details. Basically, there are 5 levels on the scale. 1 to 5. 0 doesn't count because no one is 0 awkward. These 5 levels are determined by how any subject will act in a certain situation, which I'll get to into a second. First, I'm going to give you some parameters. A metro station has 2 exits, exit A and exit B. In this evaluation, the subject preferred exit is exit A, since it's closer to where they're going. Exit A and B are on opposite ends of the platform. Do you follow so far? Hang on, this is a lot of train terminology. Can you repeat that? I think so. The station has 2 exits, and you want to get to the exit A. Exit B is on the other end of the platform. Great! She adjusts her stance, as if to seem more scientific and acknowledgeable. Now, to place someone on the scale, we have to imagine a situation. Picture this. You get off at the station. You manage to cover a little bit of distance in one direction, believing you're heading for exit A, when you suddenly realize you're going the wrong way. What do? Just turn around, no biggie. Oh man, that's embarrassing. I guess I'll just turn around. Maybe make some kind of gesture or face to acknowledge it, in case someone is watching. Break into a cold sweat. Ah, crap! Just keep going. It's too late to turn around now. I'm a person that's just like, screw it. Huh? Wouldn't have expected you to end up on level 1 of the scale. But there you go. I guess it's science, so it's pretty much infallible. And there you go. You've successfully quantified awkwardness in a way that everyone can understand. Okay, I've got some questions about your scale. What's a level 1 on the MMES? A level 1 just turns around and heads for exit. Okay. Level 1 will try to get out of station as fast as possible. Alright. Level 2. The focal difference between level 1 and level 2 is that the later response by signaling their self-awareness. They'll visibly roll their eyes, throw their head back, or in some other manner show their frustration and acknowledgement of the situation. The level 2 knows it's being watched, always, so it needs to show that it might have made a mistake, but is intelligent enough to be aware of it. A level 2 or higher also can't think of anything else than the mistake on their way out of the station. Level 3? This is where things get interesting. A level 3 cannot live with their mistake, so they'll make an effort to exercise. Exterize. She grabs her phone, pointing to it. This is the most common scapegoat. A level 3 could pick up their phone and pretend to read a message or answer a call. They'll then make believe that they just got told to go somewhere else than their original destination. Keep listening. Lifting the phone to her ear, she continues, Hi, really? I was on my way to A, but... Oh, okay, I guess I'll go to B instead. Thanks. She puts her phone away, raising an eyebrow. It's now no longer my fault I'm turning. I'm not being awkward. Circumstances just changed. Bonus points if you roll your eyes or sigh loudly while putting the phone away. Whew! This is what the level 3 is all about, making excuses. Doesn't have to be a phone either. It could be anything. The level 3 is the kind of person in the class or workplace that makes sure everyone knows why they messed up or didn't perform well enough. They need people to believe they're not responsible. Wow. That's very manipulative on both parts. Level 4 has to get pretty awkward, right? Oh, level 4 is very awkward. Level 4 gets tunnel vision. They can only think about their mistake and how embarrassed they are. So they lose any ability to make rational decisions. They break out in a cold sweat. They start frantically looking around for people who might be watching. Keep listening. The level 4 just keeps walking. They use exit B. It doesn't matter if they're adding 30 minutes to their trip. They're completely unable of turning around. They're committed. It's not that the level 4 is proud or more decisive. The level 4 is handicapped by their awkwardness. They're so awkward, they can't even think straight. What's an absolute max amount of awkwardness? Number 5? Okay, so a level 5 on the MMES is a serious thing. They're also very rare, but do exist. The level 5 is so awkward that it stops working. What happens scientifically when a level 5 triggers an awkward event is somewhat unclear, but my studies suggest that every single synapse in their brain fires off at once, effectively short-circuiting them. Oh boy! The level 4 acts irrationally, but does so based on its mistake. It continues on its unfortunate trajectory The level 5 becomes completely illogical. We're talking running in circles, screaming, crying, breaking down, melting into a puddle on the platform, eventually the shutdown of all motor functions. Is there anything higher than a 5? If there is, I've never seen it. Technically, it's possible that someone is so awkward that they start to affect and even bend gravity. They'll literally sink it to the ground. She considers her previous statement, frowning. The level 5 is a danger to itself, but anything above would, I suppose, be a threat to everything and everyone around it. Determine whether or not this applies to you. Success! This is big. You have superpowers now. Everyone will tremble in fear. Then again, so will you, because you're literally superhumanly awkward. Wait, is she looking at you? She knows. She knows. No, wait. She's looking at your pants. Is there a stain? They must be the wrong color, or maybe a color that was recently tied to something super bad. Oh boy, this is bad. This is really bad. You're in trouble now. You're going down. They're gonna lock you away unless you create a tear in space and time right now. Yes, that's the only way you can escape. Sure, I'll open up the time. Really? Okay, well, sure, you can try. Do it. You didn't. How? You didn't think this would actually work, did you? You try concentrating, focusing, and after standing around for a minute looking like you're about to crap yourself, you realize the situation for both you and Linda's sake. This was awkward for both of you. Okay, you still there? Alright, that's all I wanted to know. And that's it? That's what you were so excited about? Hey, I get it. You're jealous. Not everyone could have thought of this. But try not to be a dick about it, okay? Alright. I have to prove it. That's how science works. You can have all the theories you want, but they're not worth a thing unless you can reproduce them. Prove them. How are you going to do that? I'm going to do anything, probably. She seems pensive, overlooking her notes. It's just for fun. There's not an actual scientific need for the MMES. I honestly don't have time to do anything of that field research. Doesn't matter anyway. Here's an idea. Do it all online. Polls, surveys, easy. I guess. It would take it a lot of time, though, and I'm not sure if the scientific community would accept the results, but I guess I could try. That's gonna take a while. You could help, too, speed things up or not. It's up to you. This way, you don't have to promise anything. Hey, if you handle the paperwork and all that, I can take care of the field research. Oh god. You know what? Earlier, when I told you she was excited and happy, it pales in comparison to what's happening now. Are you serious? Really? Yes, I love that! Man, this woman's very... Let's do this! So what do I need to do? I need data, I suppose. There's determination and pragmatism in her voice, and she continues. We don't have the time or resources to test this on 1,000 people. I think the best course of action is to find a true level 1 and a true level 5 or 6, I guess. We document their responses and use that data to gain more traction. She studies you, but I don't think we can use ourselves for the study. It doesn't seem very scientific. Then, with more traction, we have the attention and potential funding to actually pursue the theory in a greater scope. I got it. I need to find someone not awkward at all, and someone who is incredibly awkward, interview them, and bring the data back to you. About my progress with her. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, cool. That's her apartment. Your apartment. Wait. It reads danger, danger, high voltage. There's more, but the rest has been scrubbed out. Ooh, houseplant. Tiny, green, seaweedy tendrils hang over the sides of the pot. This plant's been neglected. Suddenly, a few of them shift and move, and the plant speaks up with a gruff voice. Yeah? What? Why are you so cranky? Oh, I wonder why I'm cranky. You'd think I love being a plant stuck inside a house, our natural habitat. Are you hungry? I know that's when I get hungry. Of course I'm cranky. I'm stuck here in this godforsaken pot in this godforsaken apartment. The houseplant grunts and continues quietly. And yes, I'm very, very hungry. Sounds like a cranky talk to me. I'll get you something to eat. Hurry, I'm starving here. Okay, bye, plant. Whatever. Alright, well, we're just gaining up a whole bunch of quests. We told Linda to distribute honors in my work, but it's going to take some time to check back with her another day. The corporate coil. Food for plants. You promised your plant some food, get your plant some food. This isn't rocket science. Well, let's go to the kitchen. Ooh, note. Note to self, stop writing pointless notes. Hey, no time for dishes. Words to live by. Fridge. You swing the door open. The light clicks and the content of the fridge is illuminated by what seems like a spotlight. There's food in here. Alright, what would a houseplant want to eat? A houseplant does nothing all day, every day. It just sits there contributing nothing. You'd think with that logic, you would know not to ask for much. I just wanted to give it a choice. Well, maybe start by having a look at what's in here. Then you can ponder what is and what isn't suited for the palate of a plant. What are you offering, the fridge? Grab a tomato, bread, some milk. Snatch the cold cuts. Cold cuts. As you reach out, a power cord roars out between the shelves, punctuated by the melodic screech of a very intentional, expertly mastered feedback signal. Hard rock is playing in the speakers. The is playing an electric guitar. It's probably the coolest thing you've ever seen. As the distorted raw intensity of the first chord rings out, the cold cuts tear into a sickening fast solo. We're talking sweet picking, 3-finger tapping, scallop fretboard, glamour-esque, enchantingly royally awesome progressions. The solo comes to an end, and the plectrum collect away without a care. The separatist notices you, eyes up and down in the nonchalant way they slice meat stew, only to apprehensively utter, "Chow." Stay cool, don't forget about how cool this meat is. Do-do-do-do-do, success. Shakingly, off the initial shock, you start nodding your head to the rhythm. You don't look particularly cool, but you don't stand out too much either. The cold cuts seem to accept you as a punk newbie. What's up, man? The supper greets you with a nod, fiddling with the tone controls on the guitar. Here to join the revolution, brother? Hells yeah, man, you know it. Fist bump, righteous. Now's the time of punk, man. Now's the time of rock and roll. He strums another power chord with yells of support from the back. Right on, right on. He gets serious for a moment, leaning in. It's serious stuff, brother. This place is getting run down by the man. Conflict fighting. It ain't right, you know. You dig? Some plastami chimes in. Tear down the system. Free the people. He nods in agreement. I believe I can dig this. Yes, it seems highly likely that the diggability of this is up my alley. Remind me, what system are we tearing down again? He takes a long look around the surroundings as it responds. All of it, man. This prison. We're slaves to the man. You dig? We're slaves to this electric corporate world. They're trying to keep us cool, but us? We're boiling hot. You dig? We're rocking and rolling freedom fighters. Hammer and anvil. Death patrol. Busting out with heavy metal out of this electric slavery. You both screech together in a high-pitched metal wail. Huh, didn't know you had it in you. You're tearing down the whole thing, brother. This whole prison, this fridge, this thing ain't natural, you dig? This thing is the man fighting nature with electricity. What does the rest of the Phrygian inhabitants think of this plan? Man, I don't give a dang! They're stuck in their old ways, you know? Someone has to show them the light. We're freeing everyone. Freedom, love, and music. Another power chord, louder this time, more powerful, more chorded. They can't be argued with. They won't listen. The square, you hear? He draws a rectangle in the air. They don't want to see the world for what it is. We gotta show them to them. Shove it in their faces. Listen, never mind factions. Factions are just constructs. You're on the side of the free, right? The side of the righteous? More soloing, more screeching electric guitars. That's the side of music. Speaking of music, do you guys listen to the Kotal Boys? They're my favorite band. I don't really listen to that kind of music. He looks like it's reconsidering its approval of you. Come on, dude, be cool. What the hell's your problem? I am cool. It's just the Kotal Boys. They don't need to know that. You know it, brother. Right on. Listen, we need an outsider to run the meeting. No offense. If you can do that and keep him talking for as long as possible, our crew will have the diversion they need to break us out. Think you're up to it, brother? Oh. You can trust me. My man, cheers and electric guitars. You just joined the revolution. Alright, man, we gotta get ready. You should too. The meeting is about to start. Are you ready? Sure. He grins. Alright, brother. Let's go. The air is crisp and cold, as it usually is in the fridge. When the factions assemble, it's tense and uncomfortably silent. What the frick is going on here, dude? Alright, this is it. Your debut as a mediator. Do you feel prepared? As prepared as I'll ever be. We can give up and, we can just grab something to eat and leave and never come back. I like that option. Let's do that. We've come this far already. It's too late to turn back, man. Alright, let's do this. The factions gather in a half circle, divided into 3 groups. The Coalition of Loaves, the Anarchist Cold Cuts, and the Tomato Communities. Speakers have been elected to represent each, and they've gathered at the very front. The democracy of dairy isn't here. None have come, and as you spy them on the door shelf, none show any intent to. The leader of the Cold Cuts, gives you a knowing nod. Somewhere on a distant shelf, you notice movement. It's a strike force of smoke. Preparing total starts singing a beautiful song. What starts off as a hum grows in confidence, and soon the factions of the fridge are still for a moment, listening to your melody. Huh, that went better than expected. Yeah, that's a few confused faces in the crowd, but mostly seem to have appreciated your little song. Except the smokiest meats. Wasn't heavy enough for them. Try growling next time. Everyone's a critic. Alright. Peoples of the fridge. We are gathered here today to discuss the fate of the land. Looks are exchanged. Some nod. From the back, a particularly loud dinner roll shouts, "We know!" They know. Get on with it. Alright, let's get started. Who wants to go first? The foremost slice steps forward. I represent the Coalition of Loaves, and we'd like to make our case. This place, this fridge, the foremost slice clears its throat. It's a torture chamber. It is a prison of death. And it must not contain us any longer. For the greater good, we propose to hurl ourselves towards the door, the gateway of the great beyond, to open it, once and for all. Only then can our people truly live. You said once and for all. There's no way you can just close it after you left. What if I just take you out of the fridge and close the door after you? It is not that simple. Our exodus will be joyous, but short-lived. Knowing the fate that once befell us will befall our children and successors. No, the oppression of the fridge must be ended once and for all. They do know that I bought them, right? The elder tomato speaks up. Opening the fridge will be the end of us all. You're sentencing us to slow death if you open that door. A death, perhaps, but a true life until then. None of this agony, this submission. Yeah, we'll allow it. For your kind, perhaps, our people have learned to embrace this world along with its hardships. One of the slices in the back angrily interjects. They're calling us lazy. They're calling us weak. Name-calling and the hurling of abuse between vegetables and Glenn ensues. You shouldn't have let that happen. You're supposed to mediate this. What? The excitement cools after a minute, and they foremost silent slice. Frustrated and disappointed, steps away from the conversation. Returning to the rest of the loaf, the coalition has spoken. Let's let the next speaker. The elder tomato, resting heavily on his cane, makes his way to the stand. My friends, he begins, we all share the same world, and this is the world as we know it. It may be cold, it may at times be dark, but it is the world we were given. It is not for us to make these drastic changes. Another day comes, another passes. You're blind, old man. You've been in here too long. You've been blinded by the status quo, and now you mistake it for light at the end of a dark tunnel. Am I helping the cold cuts? No. Order! But ceases its interruption. The elder tomato flashes you a great smile and continues, we, the tomato community, are willing to help the coalition in any way we can. He looks over towards the cold cuts. Your people, too, are friends of the tomatoes. If you will have us, we propose strength and unity among our people, but a closed door. Furious yells its way from the back. You're killing us! Steps up and stops in front of the elder tomato. There's almost a tinge of pity this time. We're all for peace, love, and understanding, but we won't ally with someone who refuses to see the world as it is. We ain't playing your game anymore, old man. Keep listening. smirks and motions for you to look up behind it. On a distant shelf, you notice what looks like a crack team of smoked ham making its way to the thermostat on the upper shelves. They're planning explosives. Am I really just gonna let my fridge? An alarm voice erupts through the back of the loaf. Look! Up there! What are they doing? On a distant shelf, you notice what looks like a cracked team of smoked ham making its way to the thermostat of the upper shelves. They're planning explosive charges. You! What have you done? Screams of terror, many of them the voices of children, ruptured the red crowd. The elder tomato mouths, may God have mercy on us all. The meats realize their plan has been uncovered, but their only response is cheer. This is it, baby! The revolution is here! Let's do this. Sure, what do you say? Wait, Cold Cuts, if you truly love peace, understanding, and music, you'll hear me out. Now wait just a diddly-darn minute. There's got to be another way to settle this. Maintains his composure, guarding you suspiciously. What do you propose? A guitar duel, you and me. Laughter, vicious, mocking laughter. I accept. Have it, brother. A slice of pastrami hurls you a flying B electric guitar plugged in, distorted, and ready to go. This is some crazy fridge. Play the greatest guitar solo of all time. A success! Your fingertips plant themselves confidently on the 12th fret. A quick pick and a bend as you launch into your solo. Play crescendo of modal scales and fire on some 3-finger tapping. Heck yeah! You are shredding. As you finish up your solo, the Cold Cuts, along with the rest of the fridge, are in awe. The Saparetta hasn't even played yet. Uncertainty spreads through the high-protein ranks of the Cold Cuts. For the very first time, seems to lose its composure. Brothers, don't let yourself be swayed. This is the man. This is who we're up against. Give it up. It's over. Never. I ain't going down like this. The revolution never dies. With those words, the Saparettus hurls itself out the edge of the shelf, landing on the ground with a splat. Collect yourself and expect the sliced meat on the ground. It's already got dirt on it. Old crumbs and dust. Can I wipe it off? No way, we're better than that. Fine. Commotion settles as the faction speakers convene in the center of it all. The elder tomato is the first to speak. We are in debt to you, my dear friend. You brought us together. Next is the foremost slice. We are grateful, truly. This isn't what I expected when I first opened the fridge. The elder tomato smiles. I can imagine. So, how can we repay you? This is kind of awkward to ask now, but I need some food. The elder tomato looks worried. If you truly need food, we cannot stop you. We have no authority, physical nor morale, to refuse you. From the crowd, a slice of smoked ham approaches. If you allow it, brother, I'd like to offer myself. It is the least I can do for my people. I can't yeah, the fridge dwellers grow slight with respect out of the kindness of your heart. No! Ah, crap. The proverbial sun sets, and as you close the fridge, you reflect on the past 10 minutes. You left your fridge in a better place than you found it. And that has made all the difference. You have nothing to show for it but your clean conscience. Guess I'll have to get back to that house plan empty-handed. See you, fridge cowboy. Well, on that Les Mis quote, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're all confused just as much as I am. Don't forget to leave a like. Comment down below what you liked. And I'll think of catchphrase next time.